Hey guys, I'm back with my 1 month 1 palette video. I'm extremely sorry for my tardiness, but I have a reason. As you know, I started a Project Pan. Well, if you don't know, I did. And a lot of the people in the Project Panning community are doing a Pan That Palette challenge for the entire year, where they pick a large palette and try to use it up completely. And last year, Amber F is the one that I believe started it. She panned the entire Naked palette. And I didn't find out about her till like maybe mid-December, so I hate that I didn't get to follow her along that journey for the year, but she did finish it up, and I've enjoyed watching her videos, like her finale where she finished it up. I mean, that is just crazy to use up an entire Naked palette. So she decided to use the Lorac Pro for this year, and the reason this video is late is because I was really thinking about doing it, and I just couldn't decide if I wanted to do it, because part of me thinks that would be crazy good, but then I just used the Lorac Pro for a month too. Plus, I really like this series, and a lot of you really like it, and I even have asked some of you what you thought, and most of you really wanted me to continue on this, so I wanted to, because I think after this, I think I can get through all the palettes I have this year. I mean, I'm pretty positive I can. And I want to go through them all and decide, do I want to keep them? So, without further ado, I will tell you about December, tell you about January, and I have one other little surprise. So, first off, you know I use the Naked 3 palette for the entire, I'm looking for something. Sorry. I use the Naked 3 palette for the month of December. Well, first off, I couldn't have made it through this palette if it wouldn't have been for the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette, which is not at my makeup station. But you all know what that looks like. And if you don't, it's just a very basic palette with a cream shade, a matte brown shade that's perfect for the crease, a dark brown shade, and then a little square mix that's half shimmery white and half black. It is the perfect companion palette. So, without that, I couldn't have done it with this, because this just doesn't have everything in it that I need to do an everyday eye, even a very simple eye. I like that matte bone shade for my brow bone and to blend out. I like that certain crease color to go in my crease. And this has a really lovely kind of pinky mauve shade, and then like a darker browny mauve that are nice, but you know, I still like those certain ones. So this is the Naked palette, Naked 3, in case you are unfamiliar with it. I have to admit, guys, I cheated on it a few times in December. Probably quite a few times, because I did not enjoy using it at all. As a lot of you have stated, when you use it on your eye, you feel like all the colors blend together and become like a muddy mess. And I wouldn't say that it's a muddy mess, but they all look the same. Like, I look at this palette, and that's what I'm kind of doing, if you notice me like pausing. The colors are so pretty. Like, I don't want to get rid of this palette because looking at it is gorgeous. They are so pretty. But I don't like it on my eyes. I'll go through each color and I'll kind of explain what I did or didn't do with it and my thoughts. It's just, I don't know. It's just a downfall. Okay. This, I cut my finger, so I am so sorry. Let me pick up another palette. Okay, this color is shimmery, so I couldn't use it on my brow bone as I wanted to. It's not very shimmery. I used it inner corner sometimes. I mean, it's nothing fantastic. This is really chunky glitter, and I just, I already have a bunch of chunky glitter shades like that, so it wasn't anything fantastic. Burnout I used on the lid some, and it was pretty. This I would use as like a blending color, and it was nice. This Buzz looks super pretty as well, but it is pretty chunky, so a lot of that color gets lost. Trick does not have really good pigmentation. This is a darker matte color that I could use in the crease some. These three right here are the only colors that I really enjoyed on my lids. Liar, Factory, and Mugshot. But I look at them and I think the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette is like full of colors like this. So I don't need to have this palette just for those three. And then these two darker shades on the end Dark Side and Black Heart. Well, Black Heart is like, it's like a blackened maroony color with like red glitter flecks in it. And the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette has a color just like that, and I really like that palette. And this is just, I mean, it's like a dark brown. It's like a dime a dozen. To me, it's not something I go crazy for. So if I have a few of them, I have all I need. If I have one, I have all I need. So the only colors in this palette that I really loved were these three kind of taupey shades. But I have plenty of taupes. The Naked 2 palette is full of taupes. So to me, this palette is not a must-have. Now, Factory's not really a taupe, but it's like a bronzy brown. And if you know me, those are my favorites. So I have plenty of those. So I am going to say this was a pass. I don't want it anymore. If you're interested, you can email me. I always have my email somewhere in the comments. I'll have it in the down bar. I do not have the brush. If that is a make it or break it, then I'm sure I can look around for it. I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere. I just don't keep it in here. And as you can see, the colors are very gently used. I'm sorry. It looks like that one has a lot missing, but it doesn't. I mean, it's so sad. Part of me is like, I don't want to get rid of it because I have the other Naked palettes, but then it's like, I don't want it if I don't love it. That's my whole philosophy, is I want my collection. I don't even want a collection, but I want all my makeup to be things I love, that I love using. And I just, when I put it on, I feel good about how my eyes look. You know, makeup is supposed to enhance your beauty. And if you don't love it and you don't feel like it enhances your beauty, then there's no sense in having it or using it. So, that's my thought on Naked 3. But I have to say, I think that's a pretty brave decision, because most people on here really love their Naked palettes, and they're really partial to Naked 3. So, for the month of January, I decided to use the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I've been wanting to use this for the past few months, but I keep picking something else. Like, I wanted to use it, but then I was like, let me use Lorac Pro, because I use Lorac Pro too. And then I made myself use that one because I wanted to see if I could really get it out. So I'm going to use this one, and I got this idea. It looks a little, but I taped my thing on my mirror. Sorry for that. So I would know the colors. And I'm also not going to lie, I did get the semi-sweet one for Christmas, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I haven't even tried it yet, but I don't know. So I figured I almost decided to use that one for the month, but then I was like, I'm unsure if I want to keep it, so I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is with this, I may like use that some days in conjunction and decide if it's worth it. I don't know. I just don't know. If I keep it, I'll do semi-sweet next month. So, as you know, this is what it looks like. I will see if I can go through what I did today. I did use another duo. I'll go ahead and tell you that. Okay, so instead of doing that palette of a big palette, I decided, you know, I've never really used up makeup, eyeshadows since I've been on YouTube. Back in the day in high school and like early college, I did go through like little duos and trios and quads when that was like pretty much the eyeshadow I have. So I decided to use a Clinique duo. This is an old one. They have since reformulated all their eyeshadows, and I don't think they have this anymore, but it is the shade Sunburst. And I had this, I don't know if you can tell that peachy one there is, I feel like it's close to hitting pan because it's like quite a little dip. I loved this. I used to wear the heck out of this. This kind of shade, see, I don't like those pinky champagnes, and this isn't. This is like a very neutral champagne, and then this color is really pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use this for the year. I don't think I'm going to use it every day, but I'm going to always have this in rotation. And if I'm wearing, sorry for my nails and my band-aid, if I'm wearing a shimmery eye, a lot of people use like a matte bone color all over their lid as like a base. So if I'm doing a shimmery eye, I'm just going to use this all over. And I did it today. It worked lovely. And then I used this. I think that's what I did. Crap. Yeah, I think I used, yeah, I did. I used this all over the eye, and it's really lovely. The texture is not the best. It's kind of similar to MAC Mythology, if you're familiar with that. Texture and color. Not dupes, but very similar. And I love this color. So this is an eyeshadow duo that's no longer available. It is probably one of the older items in my collection, and I do like it. So I think I will be able to do this. So every month on my 1 month 1 palette updates, I'll update you on how I'm doing with this. So that's what I did. And then I went into this and I pulled out this color. By the end of this month, I hope I know the colors. I did Salted Caramel, like high in the crease and like blending, you know, on this area. And then I used, what did I use? Hot chocolate, this one on the outer corner. And what I like to do is like this kind of brush, a MAC 217 or Sigma E25, and I just stamp it in that area. And I don't really do a lot of blending with it. I just kind of stamp it. And then what's on the top, I kind of blend it in the outer crease. And then I went back into this color and did it over to highlight. And then I used this white chocolate shade on my brow bone and blending. And then I went into this big one, which is Champagne Truffle. Gosh, I will never use up this whole thing. And I did a tiny bit of that on my inner corner. Hardly any. That's something that I like in moderation, but I kind of forget about the inner corner highlight. So I did a little bit of that. But, I mean, there are so many options in this palette. I mean, so I foresee it going lovely. I'm sure I'll love using it. I don't think I will get sick of it. And I seriously doubt I'll get rid of it. But I wanted to use a palette for a month that I know I would really enjoy. Because part of this whole challenge that I'm doing is not only giving a thorough review to you guys, but it's weeding out things out of my collection and using my stuff consistently. You know, like everybody has those weekly makeup baskets or monthly makeup baskets, and I don't necessarily use just that on my eyes for the month, but I use that. If I wear shadow, it has something from that on there. And when you have a palette like this with, these two shades, like something like that and something like that, then it makes it so easy to always use that, regardless of what I'm doing. So, that is my January 1 month 1 palette. I'm so glad to know that you guys are still loving it and that you do like it so much, because I remember the day I thought of this video. I think I recorded it in the afternoon, and it was just this spur of the moment thought, and I didn't even know if you guys would like it or if you would think it was stupid or what. So I'm really glad to know that you do like it. So we will see. If you have any certain eye looks you like to do with the chocolate bar palette, let me know, because I mean, I'm not thinking I'm gonna get sick of it, but I'm always up for, you know, ideas. And if you have this semi-sweet palette, let me know what your thoughts are on it, or if you passed on it or whatever, because I'm unsure. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. If it didn't have this blueberry swirl, I'd probably be all over it. But the fact that there's that one blue that I know I'm not going to use makes me kind of like, And I know a lot of the swatches on Instagram have been less than impressive. But, it looks so pretty. So, anyways, that is all. And I will see you guys in February. Bye.